I've posted Sudokus on 2 consecutive Fridays now. I think that makes this a series, right? I just need theme music, a title. Anyway, that can be homework for a few weeks' time. But for now, I'm going to present to you this absolute mess of a Sudoku. Well, two Sudokus today, actually. I should really stop doing that. I presented 7 last week, 2 this week. I'm going to run out of Sudokus soon, but these two do go as a pair. They're very similar. Um, I did say last week that I would be showcasing a Sudoku that I had been working on for several weeks, and I was really proud of it. And it's very beautiful and very fiendish, but really satisfying. All of that. I still intend to do that at some point in the near future, but it was so good, I thought, that I sent it into Cracking the Cryptic on email. So there is a chance that it may be published in the next week or two. I don't really know how they deal with these emails. Um, I've said a lot of very positive, flattering things about Cracking the Cryptic in the couple of Sudoku videos that I've done on this channel, and they really are brilliant. I highly recommend going to watch their content. But one of their weak points is correspondence. I did have a Sudoku featured on their channel a few months ago, but that was not on the back of any correspondence. I just sent it to them, and then it turned up on their channel a few days later. So I don't know. There is a potential that it will feature on that channel, and it would be nice for it to feature on there first before I showcase it on my own channel. So I'm just holding back a little bit on that one. So instead, I thought I'd present something a little silly, which is this total cacophony of grey lines that I've designed. So, what is this all about? I've called it greenhouse gas, a kind of pun on genuinely approachable Sudokus, the series that Cracking the Cryptic does. So, what are the rules? Normal Sudoku rules apply. So, every row and column and 3x3 box must contain the digits 1 to 9 exactly once. Cells a knight's move apart. A knight in chess moves like this, for example. 2 and 1 cannot contain the same digit. The grey line, this huge grey line that stretches across most of the grid, is a palindrome reading the same forwards and backwards. So the first digit is the same, the second digit is the same. So actually, we're basically given that that's a 1. The third digit is the same, and so on, all the way to the middle digit, wherever that is. But part of the challenge of this Sudoku is that you have to count a lot. You have to stare at this grey mess and go along and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know that these are the same, and so on. So it hurts your eyes, but I'm really good at promoting my own Sudokus, right? But anyway, it is satisfying in the end, and it's good fun once you get into the swing of it. So there's that. There's the knight's move. Digits along thermometers. Yep. So we have even more grey lines here. Digits along thermometers strictly increase from the bulb to the end. So something like that would be a legitimate way of completing that thermometer, because it's getting bigger as it goes along, and that's the same with all the other thermometers. And the X connects 2 digits that sum to 10. So that could be a 4 and a 6, or a 3 and a 7, for example. And then all it says at the end is examine the 4 unclued cells to discover what individuals can stop using to reduce their carbon footprint, hence the pun in the title. I mean, I'll be honest, this wasn't a planned thing at all, but by pure coincidence, these 4 cells, you can kind of decode them. Hopefully that's not too much of a clue, and you get something that has a fairly significant carbon footprint that individuals can stop using. Just completely coincidental. it's the perfectionist in me that wanted to add that last bit, to be perfectly honest, because those are the only 4 cells in the entire grid that don't have some clue attached to them. So, so I wanted to, I didn't want to leave them out. I wanted to involve them somehow, and that is how I did it. Anyway, I'm not actually going to talk through the solution to this puzzle, because the solution technique is pretty much identical to the kind of sister puzzle, which is this one. It's a very similar puzzle, but there's just a little bit more white space on it. It's a little bit less painful to look at. So this is the one that I'm going to be showcasing instead. But there are links to both of them in the description, so if you want to have a go at both, feel free. If you have a go at the other one and you get stuck, then just watch the solution for this one, because the technique is pretty much identical. It's just obviously applied in a slightly different way. Anyway, what have we got here then? So again, normal Sudoku rules apply, that's the same. The anti-knight rule applies again. Cells and knights move apart, cannot contain the same digit. Again, the grey line is a palindrome, starting there and ending there, or the other way around. Digits on thermometers. Okay, there's only one thermometer. Strictly increase from the bulb to the end. And box 2 is a magic square, and I will talk about what that means once I start the solution. And it also says bonus points. Again, I just love these bonus challenges afterwards. I don't know why. But anyway, bonus points for noticing another rule that applies universally to this Sudoku. A bit of a geeky Sudoku nerd thing at the end there. It's not at all important, not at all crucial to the solve, but it's something that if you're interested in it, you might be interested in it. Right, anyway. Good, so those are all the rules. Like I said, both solutions are very similar in terms of the technique used. You're just applying it to different grids. So let's have a go. Let's go through the solution. I'm trying my best here not to say "let's get cracking," because that catchphrase has been monopolised by Kraken Cryptic. But yeah, that. Okay, so the first thing we could look at is the magic square. Now let me tell you a little bit about magic squares if you don't know what they are. And even if you do, I'm going to say it anyway, bad luck. So in a magic square, every row and column and diagonal adds up to the same total. In a 3x3 magic square, there's only one way of doing this. All of the rows, columns and diagonals have to add up to 15. And it will end up looking something like this. It will always be either that or a rotation or a reflection of that. But it will always be a 5 in the middle, and it will always have these digits around the outside, the even digits in the corners, and the odd digits in that order. We just don't know which way round it's going to go. So we can put a 5 there. We do know that that's a 5. But actually, I'm going to remove it for now. That's not really helpful in the overall solution to know that that's a 5 at this point. So we'll ignore it for now, and do the intended solving technique, and we'll come back to the magic square at the end. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to label some kind of landmark squares along this palindrome so that we can get to some kind of grips on which cells are equivalent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so because of the palindrome, we know that those two are the same digit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the 20th digit. Let's make that red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the 20th digit. Let's make that one red. Good. And let's carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Spoiler alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've solved this before, so I already know that is the middle square. So let's label that one black for the time being. Alright, at this point, we can have a look at potentially powerful pairs of cells along this palindrome. That's a lot of P's. And actually the green one is already looking quite powerful, because where can we put it in this box? It can't go there or there by normal Sudoku. It can't go there by knight's move, so it's either here or here. If it's here, that's just before the red one on the palindrome, so that just before the red one is this cell. Obviously that clashes, so that can't go here, so that is the only one left in the box. Now let's find out what the equivalent cell is for that. It's 1, 2, 3 before the red, so 1, 2, 3, there we go, there is our green. And is there any more we can do with that? Well, we know it's somewhere in here because of these two. It's not there because of the knight's move constraint. And can it go there? Well, can it go at the end? No, it can't, because that's ruled out by knight's move and by normal. So it's not there. So that is the only space left in that box. So it goes there. And what's the equivalent of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So that is green. Now, one of these three is going to be green. And it can't be that one because of knight's move and normal. Is it that one? Well, that's just before the green, and it's that green, which is the equivalent of that green, so it needs to be there. No, it's not going to be there. So it's not there. It's not there by knight's move. It has to go there. And now, it can't go there or there, so it has to go in the top row. Remember, it can be the same as black. It's not necessarily different. So it can't go there by knights and normal. Can it go there? Well, according to the palindrome, if that's the middle, then that digit is reflected over here, so that would have to be a green cell as well, if that's green. Obviously, that's not going to happen, because, yeah, lots of reasons. So, it turns out that actually the middle cell of the palindrome is green. So let's colour that green for now, and we'll just have to remember. We could even put, no, let's just remember. Let's remember E3 in chess notation, or rather row 7 column 5 is the middle of our palindrome. Okay, we've got 8 green cells, so we can just fill in that is our last green cell. Let's have a look at reds as well, actually, because they also happen to be quite powerful. In this box, it can't go there by normal Sudoku. It can't go there or there by normal Sudoku over here. And also this one rules out those two by knight's move. So it's one of these two. Can it be that one? In that case, it would be just before red, which is, so just before red there. No, obviously not. So it's not there, so it is here. Okay. So where does it go up here? It can't go in there or there, so it must be one of these two. We already know that red is not green. So it must be one of these two. It must be the third or fourth one in from the end. So 1, 2, 3. It's either 3 or 4, obviously. Not 3, so it's going to be the fourth one in. So those two end up both being red. Let's look along this this box. So it can't go here or here by normal Sudoku. It can't go there by knight's move. So it's one of those two, which is the 1, 2, third or fourth again from the middle. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. This time it's going to be the third one in. So 1, 2, 3. Those two, because that one is ruled out for lots of reasons. Okay, and that's most of the reds already. We need a red in here. And it can't go there by normal Sudoku, and it can't go there by knight's move, so actually that's pretty straightforward. It is there. In fact, I think we already knew that. Yeah, we did. As soon as we put a red there, the equivalent cell in the palindrome is here. And that leaves only one red left to complete the grid, and that is there. Alright, at this point, we just go hunting for other potentially powerful pairs on the palindrome. I'm going to have a lot of fun saying that. in this video. Uh, okay, so I'm desperately scanning for other potentially powerful pairs in the palindrome. What about these two? Am I right in thinking they're the same? I think they are. They're just before that red. Yeah, so these two are the same on the palindrome. So in this box, where does it go? Can it go 3 after itself? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it can. So it could be there. Can it be here? It would also put it there. Okay, that seems fine actually. So that's not really a problem. All right. We'll come back to that one then. What about this one and this one? Is that going to be powerful? No, not particularly. Okay. That one and that one. See a lot of these cells, but not really enough to be powerful. Oh, no, maybe not. There's a little bit we can do with this. We know that this cell, whatever it is not green, so it's now reduced to 3 possibilities in this box. Can it be the end? No, it can't be the end of the palindrome, so it can't be there. So, yeah, let's label these 1, 2, 3. Let's make them blue. So one of those two is blue. Obviously, if that one's blue, then that one is also blue. That seems reasonable. So that means that we need a blue over here. Right. This cell is the equivalent of that cell. That seems okay. This cell is seen by Knight's move anyway, so that does not work. And this cell is the equivalent of one after green. Yeah, this cell, and that's obviously seen by that blue. So that can't be blue. That can't be blue. That must be blue. Which tells us red, green, blank, blank, blue. So red, green, blank, blank. That must be blue. And now where does it go in this top box? Well, we know that blue does not equal red or green, so that must be blue. I'm going to get really confused by this actually. Am I? Should we try and resolve that? Let's try and resolve that soon. Where do we have a blue in the middle box? Ah, yeah, okay. That's nice and easy. A blue in the middle box can't go anywhere in there, can't go anywhere in there by normal, can't go there by knights, and blue is not red, so it must be there. Which also puts it, that we know that's the middle of the palindrome, so it also goes there. So yes, we do now know. Oh, well of course we knew that. It's the third one in from the end of the palindrome, so it must go there. So that is all but one of our blues. That is our final blue. Good, so that's all the blues completed. Let's look for more potentially powerful pairs on the palindrome. Okay. Oh, here's one. Nice and easy, actually. These two are the same. Let's make them yellow. And in this box, because we know they're not blue or red, it has to go there. Now, in this box, it can't go in there, so it's one of those 3. If it's there, which seems okay. And if it's there, which is not okay, and we don't know about that one. So it's one of those 2. Can we narrow it down any more than that? I'm not sure we can. Alright, so let's press on. Actually, we can say that yellow doesn't go in any of those. That one by Knight's move and that one by, those 2 by normal. So, shall we examine these? Go on, let's examine these. Okay, where is this? It's after a blue cell. It's there. Okay, well that's ruled out by Knight's move. So it's not there. So yellow is in one of those 2. That one is just after a green cell. It's that one. Okay, well that's ruled out by Knight's move as well. So it's not that one. This one, let's double check that this is correct. Where is it? It's after a red. Oh no, let's go from the middle. It's after a green cell. So blank, blank. Oh no, it isn't. I can't. The pain. It's after 4 blanks in a row. So red, and then 4 blanks in a row, and then just before the next red, it's a yellow. Good. Okay, so that's that's that one done. And now by just plain normal Sudoku, that has to be yellow because the other squares in the box are all either seen or taken. So that's yellow, which means that one's yellow. And now that one's yellow by normal Sudoku. And we need a yellow there by normal Sudoku. And also that's the one we just put in on the palindrome as well, I believe. Yeah, just after green. That makes sense. Alright. Good. Let's look for... Oh, I can't say it again. Can't say it again. That can't be my catchphrase. Let's get cracking is a much better catchphrase. Okay, what about this one? What's this the equivalent of? So blue, blank, green, blank. No, what am I looking for? Blue, blank, green, blank. Okay, so that one, blue, blank. Those two are the same. Yes. Is that helpful? Have we already done this one actually? No, maybe not. It's the same as one of these two. And if it's that one, that is the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems okay. And if it's the same as that one, then that actually sees all of these cells, so it would be the same as that. So actually what we get here is that these two digits, whatever they are, let's colour them purple, running out of colours here, they go either there and there, or there and there. Either way, they must go in the middle here. Does that tell us anything? Maybe not. In that case, I'm going to get rid of purple just because it's going to confuse me. Oh, no. No. There is more we can do with purple, actually. This is the beauty of a puzzle like this. Well, I say beauty. It's for a puzzle setter's perspective, it's not particularly beautiful at all, because there are all sorts of different routes you can take. You can basically just pick any two cells that are the same on the palindrome and just see what happens when you examine where else they can go. And in this case, what you can do, it's not so much about testing out if it goes there on the palindrome, where else does it go, and does that clash with something that we already have, which is most of the logic up to this point. But in fact, actually here we can do something else. We can say that this purple cell sees those by normal Sudoku and that one by Knight's move, so it must go there or there. Now, that sees both of these, and this one here sees that by normal and that by Knight's move, so actually we know that this is purple. And that tells us blue, red, green, purple, so blue, red, green, purple. That one must be purple, and in fact that tells us that this one is purple. And now in this box, the only place left for it, if it's not there or there, and not there by Knight's move, is here. In fact, we knew it was going to be in the middle column anyway. And now, yes, okay, so we know that it's, we said it was going to be either there and there, or there and there. So it's going to be there or there. We know that much. So it's purple there and there. So it ends up being here because of those. So that is all sorted. Let's keep going. What about, what's powerful? This cell. Let's have a look at this cell. Where is it, first of all? So we've just had blue, green, yellow, blank, red. Where's a blue, green, yellow, blank? Okay, so it's this one. I feel like we've looked at this one before, haven't we? Well, anyway, let's try it. Let's colour them both orange, see what happens. In fact, actually, yeah, just by a similar technique, we can put orange there, because it's not there by normal Sudoku and it's not there by Knight's move. So orange goes there. What else do we know about it? It's not either of any of those. So it's not either of those. It must be one of those. Can it be that one? Orange, red, yellow, blank. So orange, red, yellow, blank. Yeah, that one seems fine. We know it's one of these. Okay, let's investigate these. That one is the same as that. Okay, no. So that's ruled out. That one is the same as that. That's ruled out by this orange over here. Hang on. Yes, no, that is right, isn't it? That's 1, 2, 3. It's the third one into that little row of blank cells we've got here. So yeah, that's ruled out. So that should mean that by process of elimination it is that one, which is the equivalent of that. And that seems to work, so we'll go with that. So those are orange. Now is it worth looking at... let's have a look at these two. Can either of these be orange? That one's just after purple, so it's here. No, it sees that orange. Okay, so it should be that one by process of elimination, which is the same as that, which works. Okay, so now we've got an orange there or there, but that orange sees that, so we have it there, and then it goes there. That is the last orange in the grid. Alright, so we're now down to silver, grey and black, which I was resisting using for as long as possible, but we will have to use them eventually. So let's look at this cell. At this point we don't need to worry ourselves too much about the palindrome logic, because we can just say that this cell, the only place it can go in this first column is here. So let's make both of those black. Oh, hang on. Purple. Oh, right, yes, okay, sorry. Yeah, so we need to remember that there is a purple in these cells. Yeah, well, 2 of these cells, either like that or like that. Every other box in the grid has 6 colours in it at the moment. Well, except for the ones that we've now put black in as well. So as long as it has all 6 colours, then we know that the 3 remaining cells must be silver, grey and black in some order. Okay, let's have a look at what should we have a look at? Oh, in fact, actually, we can say that this is a purple-black pair now, because black can't go there or there. So let's make that a purple-black pair. Okay, where can we put black over here? I suppose we can put black in one of these 2. Can it go there? Just after purple, so it would end up there. That seems fine. Oh, in fact, actually, there's a black there and there. So where does it go in here? Can it be the second digit? No, because there's a black in one of those 2. So it must be that one. In which case it's just after purple, so it's there. That's good. Now it's ruled out of both of those, so it's here. Now it's in one of these 2, and we're not entirely sure just yet. Are we? Oh no, of course we are. Yeah, nice move. Yeah. Okay, good. There we go. You can stop screaming at the screen. There we go. So that is ruled out. So now, what else can we rule out? We need a black in one of these 3, but not there by knight's move. So one of those 2, and if it goes there, it goes there. We already know that from having covered that cell many times before. Okay, and then if it goes there, it will end up going there. What is that cell? That cell is 1, 2, 3 along from this red. So hang on, 1, 2, 3. Hang on. That cell. Did I never fill that in? I don't think I ever filled that in, did I? Where is it? Where is it? It's orange, red, yellow, black. Orange, red, yellow. Okay, so it is that square. Alright. Okay, and that does... No wonder I was so confused and taking so long to solve this. Okay, so that does in fact tell us that the black in the middle box cannot go there or there by normal. Can't go there because it's not yellow. and it can't go there because of knight's move, so it does in fact go there, which also puts it there. Okay, so that's black and that's not purple. So that now is purple, so our last purple in the grid is here. And now it's it should not be too difficult to decipher the rest. Let's have a look at this cell. Let's label this grey. That is the same as orange, green, purple, grey. So orange, green, purple, grey. Those two are the same. So it's going to be the same as that, which means it's the same as that. Now, just by normal Sudoku, it has to be there. Hang on, where have they gone? There's one there, so that means it's there. There's one there, and there's one there, and I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So all we've got left is one cell in each box, and they must be our last digit, our last colour, which is silver. So we've completed the grid in terms of colour. We've coloured it in. It looks very pretty, but there are still no digits in the grid. And this is, I never set the timer, but this is, I don't know, I don't have a timer on my recording software either, but yes, a good 20 minutes or so, possibly more, and no digits in the grid. But it's at this point where we can start rapid fire plonking them all in. Okay, so what do we know? Well, first of all, we know that the middle of a magic square, which in this case is the black digit, so we know that that's a 5 because of the magic square logic, so we can fill in every black cell as 5. Now, how do we decipher which way round this is? Well, that's where this thermometer comes in. We know that silver needs to be less than purple, which needs to be less than grey. Okay, so it's this little corner here that's relevant. Okay, so we know that the even digits are the ones that go in the corner. So let's just rule these out by elimination. Can it be 8? So in a magic square, we know the order, so it's going to be. I'm not going to go through it all again. Rewind in the video if you want an example of what a magic square looks like. So we want this digit to be less than the grey and the purple. So is 8 less than those two? No, not going to happen. Is 6 less than both of its neighbours? Well, one of its neighbours is a 7 in a magic square, but the other one of its neighbours is a 1. So that's not going to make this thermometer work. What about the 4? Well, one of the 4's neighbours is a 9, so we can make that work on the thermometer, but the other neighbour is a 3, so that will never work because we can never make 4 less than 3. So by process of elimination, this must be 2. A 2 is surrounded on either side by a 7 and a 9 in a 3x3 magic square, and we know that purple must be smaller than grey because of this thermometer, so purple must be the 7, grey must be the 9, and at this point, in fact, we can fill in all of the purples if we double click on a purple square as 7, and all of the grey cells as 9. Now to complete this column and make it add up to 15, green must be 4, this must be 3. To complete this row and make this add up to 15, this must be 6. Oh, didn't double click. Those are 6. That's a 1. That's an 8. What have I missed? Oh, I didn't double click the silvers. They're all 2s. There we go. Finished. So that is what the finished grid looks like. It is a cacophony of grey lines and colour and numbers, and I think it's quite satisfying. I think it's quite good fun. I've just finished recording the outro, and I rambled on for absolutely ages and still somehow managed to forget this bit at the end of the rules. Bonus points for noticing another rule that applies universally to this Sudoku. I'm going to give you the answer, so if you want to work it out for yourself, pause it now. If not, it's disjoint groups. So what does disjoint groups mean? It means that in each top left cell of a 3x3 box, the digits cannot repeat. So effectively you get one set of the digits, 1 to 9, exactly once each. And it's the same in the top middle, and the same in the top right, and the same within all of the 9 positions within a 3x3 box. I'll be honest, the way that I designed is a strong word, the way that I generated this Sudoku, and a similar story with the greenhouse gas one as well. I went onto a Sudoku designer, I ticked anti-night, I ticked disjoint groups, and I auto-completed a puzzle, and it gave me, it generated a potential solution, which, it could be anything that follows normal Sudoku, anti-night, and disjoint groups. It just gave me one of, I think, hundreds of thousands of potential solutions. So it gave me that, and then from that grid that it gave me, I just went through and I started roughly at each corner of the grid, opposite corners of the grid, and I started drawing a palindrome that I could find, kind of working my way through the grid, trying to make the palindrome as long as possible. And that is, of course, enough information to, or ideally, and it turns out it was, enough information to get that kind of coloured grid, and then all you need at the end is something just to disambiguate between which digits attach to which colours, if that makes sense. And in this case, the way to do that is to put in a magic square. Well, I thought a neat way to do that is to put in a magic square, given that I hadn't touched box 2 with the palindrome, and then that in conjunction with a small thermometer over there did the job very neatly. In the end, my first kind of practice solve of this puzzle, when I first designed it, when I did that, I didn't use disjoint groups at all to help me solve it. I didn't need it at all, so I thought there's really no point including the rule set if it's just simply not needed. So I left it out and turned it into an extra riddle at the end instead. So that's a little bit of fun. As for the other riddle, the 4 unclued cells in this Sudoku, I'm going to be one of those YouTubers and not give you the answer here, and instead tell you to let me know in the comments below what the answer is to this decoded message in here. Something to reduce an individual's carbon footprint. Yeah, I mean, it was only coincidental that it came out like this, but hey, could be good fun. Yes, like I said, it's a very similar technique to solve this Sudoku, and with this one, I didn't set disjoint groups when I auto-generated the grid, so I don't think disjoint groups does apply to this solution. It's just anti-nights, but that did enable me to make a slightly longer palindrome, I think. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, that's the idea behind these 2 Sudokus. Let me know if you enjoyed these Sudokus. It's a bit of a kind of computer-generated style of Sudoku, and a little bit laborious going through to counting along the palindrome to find our potentially powerful palindrome pairs. But once you do, I think it's quite fun. I quite like it. So, and I especially like the coloured grid at the end. So let me know if you agree. Good. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're feeling kind, please do leave a like. That would really help out. Otherwise, have a lovely week, and I will see you next Friday for some more Sudokus.